Hello folks, I hope all of you are doing very well nowadays. Let us straight away go into the video. That is today's video, that is the 78th video we are going to see, in which I'll be giving you the essence of SADHGURU'S book titled Karma. Actually we started looking into the 9th chapter in part 2, that is Karma Yoga and the energy body, the effect of negative karmas on the astral body. Okay, that's what we have been seeing. So in the previous video we have seen 1/3 of this. In this video we will be seeing another 1/3, and probably in the next video we can see the rest of it. Let me see how much we can see. We will see. Okay, now here in this chapter, that is the Karma Yoga on astral body, Sadhguru talks about Patanjali Muni. Patanjali Muni is a very great man. He was a great man, and you know, he even today he is considered as the father of Yoga Sutra, because he was the one who compiled all the knowledge of yoga and he put it in the form of 8 points. See, for a spiritual seeker, what he should do, what he should not do, the do's and don'ts, and also about the various stages in Yoga Sutra. So he has explained it in 8 parts. So that is known as the Ashtanga Yoga. Ashta means 8. Ashtami Tithi, 8th day. So Ashtanga Yoga. So Patanjali Muni's Ashtanga Yoga talks about the 8 points. Now my aim is to not to teach you about Ashtanga Yoga. But since Sadhguru has touched upon these things in his book, and since we are learning what is there in his book, since I am doing the book review, I thought I should also tell you a little bit about the Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, now what are the 8 stages? That is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyanam, and Samadhi. So these are the 8 stages. Okay, now let me also just touch upon these things. Maybe on another day, in a different video, I can tell you more in detail about the Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and also the Ashtanga Yoga. That is the 8 parts. That is, each and every part can be described. I have already learnt a lot about Patanjali Muni's Yoga Sutra. So I can make 1 or 2 videos on that. But now let me not go into the details. Okay, but let us see what is what. As I said earlier, for a spiritual seeker or a person who is in search of attaining mukti or salvation or enlightenment, what he should do, what he should not do. Like, he should not tell lies, he should not steal things, he should not harm others, he should not look at the wife of some other person. So like that, he should not kill someone, he should not hurt anyone. Like that, lots of do's and don'ts he has to follow. See, this is the first stage. First he has to mend himself. And then the 3rd stage is asanas. And we have also seen about asana shuddhi, where I told you that a person should be able to sit unmovingly for minimum 3 hours. Then if he is able to sit like that, then you can say he has attained asana shuddhi. Because unless your body sits quietly, it is difficult to put your mind into a calm state. First, physically, we should be able to sit calmly without any movement. Then the fourth stage is pranayama, where consciously we are working with the pranic energy. Okay, we will see all these things in detail later on. See, pranayama means what? Inhalation, holding the breath, and exhalation. And there is calculation for all these things. It is not that we can hold the breath for like this for hours together. If you do it for more than 1 second, you open your mouth without your knowledge and you take away the hands because you feel so suffocating and the urge to live takes the upper hand. That's why without our knowledge we open our mouth and we take in air. Okay, so don't try to do all those things. Now pranayama is this: inhalation, holding the breath, and exhalation. And the next is pratyahara. See, pratyahara is turning inwards. So instead of searching for the truth in the external world, you turn your attention inwards. That is pratyahara. Then dharana. Dharana means what? Undivided attention or unbroken attention. You see dhara in Shailadhara. Shailadhara in Sanskrit means, see, like you are taking 1 liter of oil, you are pouring it like this down. Then the oil comes down in the form of a line. Continuously the oil is flowing down till the container becomes empty, isn't it? Like that, as long as there is oil, it keeps falling down like this in a line. So like that, dharana means unbroken attention towards the inner side. Then if you sit for hours together with undeterred attention towards your inner side, then meditation happens automatically. And if for a long time meditation is happening, that means you can get into a samadhi state where you dissolve yourself with the prapancham. That is the samadhi state. Okay, so why Sadhguru is mentioning about this is, only when you do all these stages, you can work out at the level of physical body, mental body, and astral body. Okay, that's why he is touching upon these 8 things. Now one should follow the other. Okay, one after the other we should achieve, and finally we should reach samadhi state. Okay, so when you reach samadhi state, what does it mean? That is, you have finished off all your prarabdha karma. See, it is impossible for anyone to complete all the sanjita karma in one janma or in one lifetime. But we have taken this lifetime only to spend the prarabdha karma. Spending the prarabdha karma means to undergo the effect of the positive and negative karma. Okay, so this is what happens, right? And so we have to work out at the level of the physical body, mental body, and the astral body. And here Sadhguru gives an example. See, if your physical body is strong and the astral body is weak, then his life is not going to be a fulfilling life. Suppose if his physical body is weak and the astral body is strong, then also he cannot lead a proper life. In the sense, the physical body cannot support the pranic body, and so the pranic body has to leave the physical body, which in other words we say death. Okay, so we have to work out at all the 3 levels, okay, to remove the negative impact of all the negative karmas we have committed in our past life. Okay, and he also explains what happened when he got enlightened at the age of 25. Every afternoon when he was in Mysore, he used to go to Chamundi Hills. He used to ride to Chamundi Hills and he used to sit under a particular tree and meditate. One day, I think in the month of September, 23rd or 24th, I don't remember the date. One day when he was sitting and meditating in the afternoon like that, he closed his eyes and he forgot himself. When he opened his eyes, he thought maybe for half an hour he had done his meditation. But actually, 5.5 hours had passed. So, for 5.5 hours, he had been sitting in the same posture when enlightenment happened. And his body was sweating so profusely that when he took out his shirt and when he squeezed it, he could get liters and liters of sweat, it seems. So what does it mean? So at the time of getting enlightened, so much of heat, that is Ushna, is liberated from the body. That is, we have been working out on the astral body level, energy body, and so much of energy is given out, and that is what he could get in the form of liters and liters of sweat. And not only that, Sadhguru has been doing yoga right from his 13th year. So his physical body was also very strong. That is why he could survive during the time of enlightenment. Otherwise, what happens? When a person gets enlightened, invariably he leaves the body because his energy level reaches the peak, maximum, whereas the physical body is at its weakest time. And so, the physical body is unable to bear the consequences of the strong astral body, and so the physical body meets with death, or you can say the astral body releases itself from the physical body and goes up. And Sadhguru says that this is the right way to die. Which is the right way to die? That is, we live for a long time, okay, and then our physical body becomes weak and weak and weak. And one day, the physical body becomes so weak that it is unable to support the astral body, and so the astral body releases itself from the physical body and goes up in the form of a spirit. The next point what Sadhguru says is, see, this is the natural way of dying. But some people, they die at a very young age, they commit suicide, some of them meet with the accidents, and so they are forced to die. That means the astral body is released all of a sudden, okay, because of some reasons like this. Then these are all unnatural ways of dying. And say, suppose a person is destined to live for 80 years. His lifetime is 80 years. But he meets with an accident at the age of 60 and he dies. That means the astral body or the pranic body cannot go to a higher level because another 20 years of lifetime is left in the earth. Now, unless he completes that 20 years of life, he cannot go up to another world. And this is what, so see, the astral body is unable to come back to the physical body because the physical body is no more. The physical body has already met with the death, and the physical body is either buried or burnt. So the astral body is unable to manifest itself in a physical body. It is unable to go up to a higher world. And so what happens? This pranic body keeps rotating in the sense, keeps moving here and there in this earth itself. And this is what we call as ghost. Okay, so ghost is the unfulfilled life of the pranic body. Whereas a spirit is different. A spirit or Atma is the release of the pranic body from a completed lifetime, from the physical body of a completed person. Okay, and Sadhguru also goes to say that after his enlightenment, the people could identify a lot of changes in him, and even Sadhguru could identify some of the changes, like the gait, the way he walked was totally different. See, the way he walked, talked, looked at people, everything was totally changed. He himself could identify, and others also could see the changes were very visible, the changes were very obvious. Okay, and why did it happen like this? See, when the energy body is at a very high level, there is realignment of the chakras. There is realignment of the chakras, which result in better, greater changes. The same thing had happened to Sadhguru also. Only thing is, he did not die at that time because he had kept the physical body also strong. Okay. Then he also says two or three more points. That is, see, suppose if a person meets with only negative things for quite some time, or if so he is listening to bad news all the time, or something or the other bad happens to him or to his family members, that means his energy level is very low. His energy level is so low that he is attracting only negative things. And the suggestion for that is, Sadhguru says that if you are continuously getting negative things happening in your life, then what should you do? You have to stop your sadhana and you have to sit quietly for some time, or you have to go for kshetradana or tirtha yatra. Now, what do you mean by tirtha yatra or kshetradana? Kshetra means temple. See, we go to some famous temples because there is so much of energy. And so, when you go to a temple, you stand in front of the deity and pray. Actually, we are not supposed to pray. We are supposed to absorb the positive energy coming out of the deity. So, when you visit a few places, sacred places, then your energy level will become better. And then if you resume your job, if you resume your normal routine life, then this will be a different life. In the sense, you have better energy now, and so you start attracting positive things. Okay, that's what he says. So, he also says that, see, like we can speed up burning of the karma by doing more and more kriyas. And the longing for liberation comes not because our life is miserable. Our life is good. We have done all our duties. Now all our children are well off. They are settled. I have completed my service. I am a retired person. I have no worries. I have discharged all my duties. And so, what should I do now? I have to turn inwards and try to improve upon myself, thereby trying to liberate ourselves or trying to attain mukti. And he also says that, you see, when the embryo, when the fetus is at the very early stage, see, between the 40th and 48th day of conception, this karma starts entering into the body of the embryo. That is what that person has to undergo during that lifetime. So that is the prarabdha karma. So the prarabdha karma starts entering into the fetus or into the embryo, and from the time that the baby is born, from the time the infant is born till the person dies, this karma, which is stored in the form of a highly coiled spring, now this starts unwinding slowly. And what do you mean by unwinding? That is, you are reaping the harvest of your positive and negative karma. Okay, that is what he says. And see, when a person is aging and dying, it is natural. It is natural. What happens? You see, the physical body has been working for so long, and so now however much you put the grease and oil, it refuses to work. What does it mean? That is, the physical body has become so feeble, the physical body has become so weak that it is unable to support the presence of the high energy pranic body. And so what happens? The pranic body also understands that the physical body has become very weak, and so one day the pranic body releases itself from the physical body, which is known as the death. Okay, and this is the natural death, and this is okay, this is correct. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna advises Arjuna. He says that in his preaching, he says that, you see, anybody who is thinking of me when he is in the deathbed will get a better life next time. But the sad part is, see, you have been a karma yogi. You should have been in the bhakti marg. Only then, when we are distressed, only then when we know that we are going to die, we can think of God. Otherwise, we cannot. So it is not that a person living for 90 years has been doing only wrong things, but at the time of deathbed, at the time of death, that is when he is in his deathbed, he is going to call, "Oh Lord, Krishna, Rama, Shiva, please help me." That will not work out. Throughout his life, he should have been a karma yogi, a jnana yogi, what should I say? Bhakti. He should have travelled in the bhakti mark. Okay. Then, if he calls out for some help, then his life will be in a better position next time. Okay. So this is how we have to live and die. Okay. That's what he says. And he also talks, see, karma and memory loss. See, Sadhguru also says that nowadays, because of the growth in science and technology, because of the improvements in the pharmaceutical business, you know, we come out with more and more new medicines, and this increases the longevity of the person. So nowadays you see a larger group of retired people, a larger group of old people. Because of the medical facilities and the advancements in the technology, we are able to extend the life of people. But you know, these people, when they become old, see, they develop all sorts of diseases like amnesia, forgetfulness, Parkinson's diseases, cancer, like that. So many new diseases are coming out now. Okay, now all these things are because the modern medicine or the modern science that does not address the problems of the mental body and the astral body. So much so, the person is able to lead a healthy life even at the age of 70, 80, 90, like that. But since he has not worked out at the mental body level and the astral body level, he is developing new diseases. Okay, so that's what Sadhguru says. And so he also says that our physical body is like a hardware, whereas the mental and astral bodies are like the software. So unless you have a strong software, it cannot make the hardware, that is the physical body, run or work properly or work efficiently. Okay, and he also talks about samadhi and the mahasamadhi state. That is, see, during samadhi state, sama means samam means equal, and di means the intellect or the buddhi. So in samadhi, when somebody is in the samadhi state, everything seems to be the same. There is no difference between you and others. There is no difference between here and there. There is no difference between this and that. And Sadhguru explains this also very clearly during his enlightenment time. See, when he opened his eyes, he thought maybe he sat in meditation for half an hour or 1 hour. But 5.5 hours had passed. During that time only, he got the enlightenment. See, you may ask, Sadhguru got at the age of 25, now I am already 75, nothing has happened to me, no enlightenment. Don't compare. Sadhguru has been working on his 3 levels in the past 3 or 4 lifetimes. Whereas maybe we are listening to such talks only now. So don't compare yourself with anybody. Okay, if you work hard, if you are sincere, you will also get enlightened. But what Sadhguru said was, see, when he opened his eyes, whomever he saw looked like Sadhguru himself. That is, he saw himself in everybody. So there was no difference as you are different, I am different. You are I and I am you. This sort of feeling he could see, he could get during his enlightenment. And this is the samadhi state. And he also talks about the mahasamadhi state, where a yogi deliberately, voluntarily relinquishes his physical, mental and astral bodies. Deliberately. He is freeing himself from the clutches of the negative karmas acting upon the physical body, mental body and the astral body. And so in samadhi and mahasamadhi state, what happens? Our I consciousness merges with the consciousness of the Prapancham. The Jivatma becomes one with the Paramatma. Okay, and he gives a very good comparison. You see, we are all very good in sitting on the seashore and enjoying the waves coming or enjoying the water. But during samadhi or mahasamadhi, what happens is, you don't sit in the beach and enjoy the waves. You get into the ocean and you also become a part of the sea. You get into the sea and you become a part of the sea. This is what happens in samadhi or mahasamadhi state. So to attain this, we have to work out on all 3 levels. That is, at the level of the physical body, mental body and the astral body. Okay, so let me stop here. The rest of the chapter we will see in the next video. So till such time, bye bye. May God bless you all. Thank you.